sit next to you.
I'll sit next to you first.
Right.
No, sit next to you first. How are you?
I'm fine. Well, it was okay before my tie got stolen, yeah.
Right. I was going to come on and cut it off, but the tie, I mean. Sorry, Joe. What are we going to do?
At my age...
You can cut anything off at his age.
Now,
wouldn't
look,
notice.
Exactly.
Listen,
well,
what are we going to do here? Listen, I've got a couple of things. Before you start, you can do what you like.
Now, you be...
It's your show.
I'd like
do what
you,
you like.
I'd like you to be as funny as you like now, because when we were just saying, Sue and Joanna and John and me, we've peaked.
You certainly have.
We peaked a couple of hours ago, and now we're looking for a lively injection of comedy.
Well, you've come to the wrong place here, haven't you?
Yeah.
Listen, I've got some things here. Listen, what do you want to do? Are you going to interview me, or are you going to want these goodies?
Go on.
Do you want goodies, or do
I mean, what's new, David?
Not much after speaking to you, I can tell you that.
Come on. What are you doing with yourself these days?
Well, Terry, I'm glad you asked me that one because, it's two old fellas from the old country. Well...
Would you have another drink?
I would have one with you. If I could get one out of you, it'd be a nice thing for the talk about.
The band have all the drink.
I know that. Look at the state of them.
And it's inside them.
Now, that red sweaters, I thought it was the red sweaters on their eyeballs, but it's not their eyeballs that's red. It's the red from the drink that's to the eyeballs.
I suppose the song is out of the question?
Yes, it's out of the question. Which question are you talking now?
I don't have the question about the song, but I won't ask it now. Tell me.
Listen, I've just finished work. I don't know about you.
What have you been working on?
Well, I've just finished my play at the West End here, staggering about.
Are you still on?
What do you mean still on?
I thought...
Cheeky devil.
I thought that...
Can't get tickets.
I thought that had closed.
No.
Well, but all the bad reviews.
Yes!
Do you know what happens about bad reviews? It's wonderful. Just shows the critics do not know what people talk about.
Oh, I'm not
If I had
so
to listen
sure.
to what the critics said about Open All Hours and Fools and Horses when we first started, we wouldn't be here tonight.
Well, that's true.
So you've got to be very careful about it.
And so, and it's packed houses. Well, it's like Old Munity we were talking to Frank Finlay about. That got panned as well and gets full houses.
Quite right.
And I get wonderful critiques and nobody watches my show.
That's right. Hello.
Come on.
Oh, there he is.
Well, you must excuse my rudeness, Dennis. The reason I didn't introduce you is...
Dennis, come and sit down.
There's a little man who talks to me, but unfortunately...
This one.
Either his voice is getting less or the machinery is finally broken down. So that's
Clever
the
of
only
your-
reason I
sorry.
didn't say, ladies and gentlemen, Dennis Quilley. How have you been, sir?
I've been well. I've just come hot foot from the Theatre Royal Haymarket with the lovely Susanna York, and I'm going to sing you a song.
Is there any actor not working at the moment?
No, only the best ones are working at the moment. Dennis, you and I...
Did you get creased by the critics as well?
We haven't had the critics yet. We're still in previews. The critics come on Tuesday. They won't like it.
Don't bother opening. Just carry on and get the crowds.
Yeah, this is the sort of play
Where
the
are you
critics
going?
hate and...
Why are you going?
Sing a song?
Who asked you?
They
Yes,
did.
What?
They did.
Well, you better go and do
Do
it.
we want... Does anybody want a song from Dennis Quilley? Oh, fair enough. What are you going to sing? Let's hear it.
I won't send roses or hold the door. I won't remember which dress you wore. My heart is too much in control. The lack of romance in my soul will turn you gray, kid. So stay away, kid. Forget my shoulder when you're in need. Forgetting birthdays is guaranteed. And should I love you, you would be the last to know. I won't send roses, and roses suit you so. My pace is frantic, my temper's cross, with words romantic. I'm at a loss, and I'm the first one to agree that I'm preoccupied with me, and it's inbred, kid. So keep your head, kid. In me you'll find things like guts and nerve, but not the kind things that you deserve. And so, while there's a fighting chance, just turn and go. I won't send roses, and roses suit you. So
Quilley, that was wonderful. Thank you very much. What a great song. It's one of my favourite songs. Right, we're going to do a few visits again in a minute, but I just thought I'd mention first of all Louise and Tracy Cully's
I
father.
certainly have.
Good man.
Terry, I've got a couple of things here that I just want to I'd like people to dig in their pockets and see what we can do. The first thing that I would like just to say quickly is that we did a film for Only Fools and Horses, which comes out on Christmas night, and we were given a tremendous facility by British Gas. And one of the things that they said to us, which was very nice, and they said they helped us so much, and they said, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Thank you for paying us for our facility and whatever, and we're going to give you £500 back for children in need.
Excellent. Well done, British
And
Gas.
so that is a cheque that they've given me to give to us. I think that's lovely. Thank you. A couple of quick things I'd just like to sort of put on offer, and I really would like to sort of hope that this will create a bit of interest. The film that we've done, Fools and Horses, which comes out, as I say, on Christmas night, we had some T-shirts made, and they're very, very special, and only the film crew and the people that actually worked on the film have got them, and this one is mine, if you like, and so I've decided that the best thing we can do is to put it up on auction and see how much that will bring, because that's a very, very special one-off. And I would hope that that might bring a few quid. And I've got a signed Danger Mouse book, that this pop-up thing, and I'd like to see how much that will bring for children in need.
Thank you, David. David Jason, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Well, earlier on with all the Doctor Who's, you would have seen Patrick Moore. I'm delighted to welcome him back with the, I hope this is right, Bextable? Hextable, I thought so. It's like mutiny with an A. The Hextable Brass Band, ladies and gentlemen. Well done, the Hextable Band and Patrick Moore. Thank you very much for all coming at all hours of the morning. Thank you for playing and waiting this late. And the Hextable Band have donated from their plenty £15, and thank you to all of you. It's Barbara, Bill, Albert, Doris, Audrey, Bede, Debbie, Roe, Mark, Karen, Sarah, Stephen, Adam, all of Erith in Kent. Martin Shaw. Where is he? Martin has been answering the phones like a good one in there. There's still a huge crowd of people in there, aren't there?
Yeah.
Dennis is there and Ronnie Barker's still there. And
Ronnie
our friends,
looks a bit dishevelled.
yeah, our friends who? Dennis. Yes, I felt while he was singing that he probably had one too many. And then the EastEnders crowd. So what are you doing? You're still starring as Elvis Presley?
Yes, yes. Are you lonesome? We're still doing it. Just come back from now. I'm trying hard to stay awake.
Yes, we're all trying hard to stay awake. Yeah, they want me to move over here. I can't imagine. Would you want to sit down? Yeah, you go sit beside Joanna.
Hello.
Yeah. And I'll sit beside Sue. I've sat beside Sue all night. Yeah. Now, you ask him a few questions.
Go on.
I saw the show.
I know.
How can you be? You're such a slight man. How can you play Elvis Presley?
With a lot of padding.
But how do you look like it? Because you're small and he was very bloated and...
Well, I do a long makeup job. And a lot of thinking and a lot of preparation.
And the one who plays the young you was singing earlier on, wasn't
Yes.
it?
Oh, isn't he fantastic?
Lovely Simon Bowman. He was fabulous, Terry.
I've got
Really
an
fabulous.
announcement. Can I make an announcement?
Please do.
May I please make an announcement?
Yeah.
I had a phone call before I came on the air from my friend and our producer, Bill Kenwright, who called to tell me that we took £10,000 at the box office tonight. And on his behalf, he would like me to donate that to the fund. £10,000.
That's fantastic.
Good
I
man.
hope you run forever on that
Yeah.
evidence, and
Yeah,
thanks
he
to Bill
deserves
Kenwright and the cast as well. Now a moment I've been looking forward to all evening. Yes? Good night, ladies and gentlemen. No. There's a programme on BBC2 late at night called Téléjournal, and the only reason people really watch it is for the presentatrice, who's done more for the Entente Cordiale than all the Nouveau Cuisine, or indeed Beaujolais Nouveau, in the BBC bar. I'm delighted to see her again. Please welcome Chantal Quilley. Chantal Quilley. Wonderful. Merveilleuse. Or is it? An Irish girl I knew once said, magnificent. Now, I have an offer here. Can you read that? Stuart
Honey?
Hanny has offered a week's wages because he knows that I've got hold of a bottle of Nouveau Beaujolais. Because friends of mine who run an adventure playground for handicapped children in Taplow, near where I live, gave me a bottle of Nouveau Beaujolais, but I drunk it. But Chantal has some more bottles with her. So, you care to make any
Terry.
offers for that? We'll take the week's wages, yeah. Yes,
We have a
John.
new total. A new total coming our way this moment.
Go, go.
2,000,000 £349,046.
That was fantastic.
And another bounce around the regions for a final look to see what they've been raising all through the day and this evening. Glasgow.
Bouncing there.
Well, up here in Scotland, over £250,000 we have collected this evening. Weatherman Francis Wilson is here. Here's what happened to Francis just a couple of minutes ago for all the terrible weather we had this summer.
Those of you who've been in Scotland this summer probably derived a little satisfaction from seeing this.
I think Francis is a pretty good sport. Did you enjoy all that gunge thrown over you? Either way to go home, I'm tired, I want to go. Verdict's fairly awful, really. We've forgotten to do the money.
God, it's better than Gary Glitter.
We have raised here £145,225 up to the moment. We've done really well. On my left here are people from Balnahinch, from the centre of Belfast. We've a lady with £1,000 in her hand from the village in the Glengormley. She's bought the snooker cue. We've had a wonderful evening altogether. Thank you all very much in Northern Ireland for giving us so much money. Let's go to sleep now.
Yeah, great.
Very much. Thank you. Thank you very much indeed, Wendy. We hope that we've made the Guinness Book of Records, but tonight a young man called Gary Bufton said he would break an American baseball bat with his bare feet, and he did just that. And so much money came in for sponsoring that, it's brought the Grand Welsh total to £94,000. 94,000. So, good night to you all from Cardiff. A big thank you to everyone. And let me bring in now Nike Neville, who's up there in Newcastle.
Thank you very much, Cliff, I think. As you can see here in Newcastle, we're surrounded by famous friends, I've never heard of any of them, who've been helping us raise lots of lovely loot. And they haven't been sitting around the studio either. We made them work hard for the money, taking part in these races at Gateshead. There have been a lot of other events too in the north of England Children in Need extravaganza. They've done awfully well. And now all that fundraising's led to our grand total, which is now £100,496.52, which is double last year's amount. We go now to Delhi Flower in Bewley.
Oh, well, come on. There must be one taxi left in Southampton.
Quiet.
I've got to get back from my show. What?
Quiet.
Sorry?
Being very flash with the telephone. Put it away, will you? We're on the air. Do you mind for a second? Serious business.
Serious business, okay, yes.
We've got the entire staff of the BBC behind us here looking...
Why is that girl waving at us like that? Is that Jackie?
Ignore it. She'll go away in a minute.
Yes,
it's Jackie.
We've got something to boast about. 124,758. Not
That's
bad,
good.
eh? Hey!
It's not
Wonderful
bad.
stuff. Well done, everybody.
Michael Cookies in Leeds. Michael.
He's right, I am, yes. Quite a night, one way or another, here in Leeds. So far, we've got £115,242. Well over last year's total. All sorts of amazing things have been going on all over the place. In Sheffield, a stuntman set fire to himself to try and get a new world record for a man running on fire. Unfortunately, he just ran out of fire. But don't try it yourselves, whatever you do. Now, over to Stuart White in Norwich.
Thank you very much, and I enjoyed your jump a little earlier. First time I've seen that on television. Now, £145,347. Sorry. That's £60,000 up on last year, and we're still going, as you can see. Susie Quattro's got Don McLean's squash racket. How much do we get for that?
£300, but we could use a bit more.
Ken Brown's former manager of the Month Bells Whiskey Award. How much have we got for that?
Well, I'm going to take this actually. No, we actually have £200.
£200. Neil Innes guitar, £350.
Yes.
£1,000 for a walk with a naturalist. John Mundy in Manchester, how are you doing?
Last time you were here with us, there were about 1,000 people in Studio A. They have mostly gone home now, and the money has just about stopped coming in cash, but not the phone calls. In fact, even the ladies who've been answering your calls all night have given us £600. Thank you, everybody in front and behind the cameras, especially though to you at home. You've helped swell our total here to £209,021. Thank you very, very much indeed. Good night from Manchester, and now over to Stu Francis in Birmingham.
Ooh, I could rip a tissue. What a night we've had here in the Midlands. In fact, what a night we're going to have.
It's been absolutely fabulous. I tell you what, I don't fancy yours. But just like our kissogram girls, the cheques have been coming in all shapes and sizes here tonight at Pebble Mill. In fact, we've had £15 from Hillcrest School, we've had £1,200 from the Midlands Rotary, and £35,000 from the Garstang Rotary, giving us a grand total of £168,498. Now it's down to Milton Keynes and Martin Stamford. Or is it Martin Stamford?
BBC Club in Milton Keynes. I've got with me from the Bletchley Round Table from Ballygallifant, and their special guest tonight, Jim Marshall. Now, their boxing dinner tonight, which incidentally raised £5,000 for another charity. Jim, you paid how much for these boxing gloves? Genuine Henry Cooper gloves, £750. Then an England football team was, was auctioned. That raised £1,000, and you
gave another
matched that.
£1,000.
That made a total of £1,750 from this gentleman to come to with us £62,700 from this area. Sue, back to you.
They must have a total. £50 if I ate the pizza from Mark and Bernie. I finished it, Mark and Bernie. We all had a little. I'm afraid we've come more or less to the end of our tether, and you have probably long since come to the end of yours. But before we do make our final farewells, let's have a look at the final total. So
right, well, we've got an extra cheque here for £1,220 from the round table.
Hounslow Round
Hounslow
Table.
Round Table, thank you very much. I lost it for a minute. Which brings the total up now to £2,431,085. That's nearly £1 million up on last year.
It is, in fact. Thank you for your contributions. I think there's a crowd of Vikings at the back as well. We're glad to see you chaps. I don't know whether we were able to see you. Look at them all standing up there. Have a look at them Vikings. Well, that's Ramsgate Round Table have come all the way to see us, and it is time to say farewell. As Sue said, we're £1 million up on last year, and this was the year when there was a great many calls on your generosity. Live Aid, Fashion Aid, the appeals for Ethiopia, the usual calls that are made on you as well. And every year, I'm amazed that the total seems to get bigger and bigger. I'm sure it's your good nature. I'm not sure that it's because we're getting any better.
Certainly not.
Probably we're getting worse. But I'm glad that you forbore with us, or forbear. What's the past tense? Forbear. Forbore with us. Let's not be pedantic about it. It's been a wonderful evening for the children in need. It's been great fun to do this program, and I'd like to thank everybody who took part, all the groups, all the personalities, the audience who came in, the people who played for us, the people who danced for us, including myself. Or if you could call it dancing and singing, I'm not too sure. But mainly yourselves. You're the ones who contributed. You're the ones who put the total to £1 million more than last year. It's about £1.5 million more than we'd ever achieved. If the Children in Need appeal follows its usual pattern, we'll double the total. Noise is off. We'll double the total that we've received here tonight. So with a bit of luck, we'll get it up to £4 million, and that's an awful lot of money for disseminating among an awful lot of small charities that look after handicapped, physically and mentally handicapped children. So thank you for your contribution. I'll let you say the final farewell, Sue, and you, John.
Well, in fact, if we double it again, it'll be nearly £5 million. So it'll be fantastic.
Maths was never my strong point.
Well, you said it all. What else can I say? I'd just like to say it's been fantastic, and thank you all very much indeed. And Joe has been with me throughout the day. Yeah. We're holding up well, aren't we, really?
Not bad for old uns, are they?
Got some words left. Well, good night.
No, hang on, John.
Good night from Joe.
John wants to say
and John.
Yes, I'd like to say good night as well, because last year, although we raised so much money last year, there was still a lot of charities that we couldn't quite give enough money to. This year we're going to give a lot of people a lot more, and a lot more children are going to benefit. Thank you. Okay.
Well, thank you all for joining us. I now propose to go over to Laurie Holloway and the boys and sing the Maori farewell. You may do as you please for the remainder of the evening, and thank you for joining us all on children in need.
Right.
A look at the weather. Northern and western areas of Scotland will have some sunshine tomorrow and just a few light showers, but it will cloud over in the far north later in the day. After some rain at first in many remaining parts of the country, it'll become drier and brighter in the west with a little sunshine in places. Eastern districts will have a cloudy day with occasional light rain, although some more persistent rain may spread from the east during the afternoon. It'll be another chilly day with...
The BBC won't be wearing it on Monday. £125 for that terrific birthday, Christmas cake.
Excusez-moi, madame.
Oh, my God!
Remember me from last year?
Yes, and I will say it is only once. Yes.
I have got my sword, but above all, I have my cheque from the Belfry for £2,500, now £2,700 and climbing.
This is Nicky Steele, Radio WM. He's been at the Belfry, you know, where the Ryder Cup was and everything. It's very important.
Absolutely worn out.
Yes, £2,500.
And still climbing.
You're wonderful.
With our
Thank
thanks
you.
to Horizon. And now you know what I won, don't you?
Yes, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you,
How
especially
much?
with a hat like
How
that
much?
on.
How much?
I think it could be 10.
Just the amount I had in mind.
You cheeky person, honestly. All right then.
Can I just say to the whole West Midlands and the whole Midlands and everywhere, just eat your hearts out. Oh, thanks, colleagues. It's been a long day.
You're wonderful. Now, come on, budge off a second. Go and get yourself cleaned up. I still think you're wonderful, but I must tell them about the auctions, because it's very important.
I'm going now.
Thank you ever so much, Nicky. Right, now, where do we get to? You'll never guess what. Someone... Oh, my God. Look. No! Oh, come get off! Oh, who is that under... Oh, he's got... Oh, Lord, Bennett!
Put that woman down! Unhand that me!
I can't cope. Will you shut up?
Well,
look.
The auction is done brilliant. It's absolute bedlam here. Oh, we've got flowers.
You know you like to stare, but for Pete's sake, I'm not put to his bear. I've actually had some passers-by tie dirty rags on my right hand. I've had about enough today, so please cough up and kindly pay. Well, then I can go home to my bed to Kay.
What?
Hello, darling. Give children in need a chance.
Thanks for all your help.
Thank you for everything. Good night.